Alright, back for part 2. So I just realized that this line I'm using is on the wrong side. So the line itself is the same, so this bracket here is different. So you look at the bracket right here, the line is on this side of the bracket. But you look at the factory bracket actually fits in like so. So their line is actually on the other side. So I took out the line from the other line here, and it would fit in like so. So basically, the line should be underneath the A arm, below the A arm instead of out to the side and below. So I basically got the wrong line. So that's a good thing. It'll give me a little bit more room to move around. So I haven't actually tightened anything yet. So this, you never want to tighten stuff down yet. You just basically hand tighten it, or just barely touch it with with the wrench. I just barely touched it with the wrench just because I didn't want the brake fluid to keep on leaking out. I literally got brake fluid everywhere. And actually, there was enough brake fluid leaking out everywhere where my reservoir emptied out. So I'm not sure if it was completely empty, but it was like towards the bottom. So hopefully I didn't get any air bubbles in there. If I did, man, I'm gonna have to re-bleed the brakes all over again. Chances are. So hopefully I didn't. It seemed like I was okay. I mean, I was like seemed like I was maybe the brake fluid level was like maybe a quarter inch or a little less than a quarter inch above the opening, the hole for the where the brake gets pumped out of the reservoir. And also I put the cap back on the reservoir so that way it doesn't drain out too fast by by gravity. When you leave that pump out a little bit, you have a little bit of a vacuum to help hold the the fluid from just escaping all out. Break this again. Oops, one more time here. See a little bit of dirtiness here. It's some kind of dirtiness. Alright, so this should be good now, I think. So I just only using my fingers, so basically just hand tight only. Hand tight. I always start with only hand tight, and you have everything connected at hand tight. Then you could start doing and when everything's right, then you could start going with the without being hand tight. This thing's still kind of weird right here like this. still seems kind of weird, kind of odd. I wonder if this is right. Let me just screw on the banjo bolt and hold it in place just to see. Just to see if it's right or not. In. Let's see if this is right or not. If it's set up like the factory line goes underneath. And the factory line goes underneath like so. Underneath the A-arm, the upper A-arm, like so. The thing with this is that if you look down here, right? You look down here, how the curvature is to the top. How the curvature is to the top. There seems like there's no space for this to when the suspension compresses. You know, it compresses. The A-arm goes up. This right here should like bend that way. You know, let me show you guys what the factory. So the factory is like so, right? And when the suspension compresses, it will, you know, it'll kind of go like this, right? As the factory suspension compresses, it kind of do that, like this. That's how it bends. With this, the way like this, I don't think it allows for that. It doesn't seem like it allows for that. Let me see if I could maybe move this thing more downwards like so. Usually when you leave the line very straight, it doesn't give it, you're not letting it have any slack, so it doesn't have any give. It doesn't have any way of moving. But when you have more, you know, more radius, you know, tighter radius, it actually has more, a little bit more give and could actually move around more, bend more. So I'm hoping this is right like that. But it's pretty close to the shock. Well, it's actually not that close. It's my fingers easily fit, and I have wiggle room here. Obviously, there's not much space here, but you know there's a bracket here, so that's gonna move. Not gonna move much. There's space here, so this might be a concern right here, where possibly this thing could bend. You know, it could move in here and hit that. So that could be a concern. There's this little thing here, this little master speed thing here. I could move that to right here to this bend here, and hopefully it'll help protect that, because down here I don't think it's gonna touch anything. There's nothing down here. Oh, come on, turn, damn it. I should drop like a little drop of brake fluid down in there just to. Oh, I think this thing is not turning. It's too bent. Let me straighten it up a little bit. Straighten this line out a little bit so hopefully I could move this thing. And it's not moving. I'm gonna drop some brake fluid into that. I mean, get a little bit of brake fluid. Drop it down in there. Gotta lubricate it just enough. Hopefully to oh, there it goes. Oh, no, not yet. There it goes. Yep, now it's nice and easy. I better wipe most of that off. it's just basically like, you know, kind of like rubber on rubber or whatever, you know. Well, this is not rubber, but you know, you get my point. It's whatever material it is. This is, there was just too much friction between the two material, so I didn't want to slide. That's all right. So that's good enough for now. I will actually wash that out once I'm finished. I rinse all this, wherever there was brake fluid, I will rinse it all out, because remember, brake fluid, it's kind of corrosive. One of the reasons why is because it holds water. That's one of the reasons why it's a little bit on the corrosive side, because it holds water. So I can move this like so. Hopefully that will help, you know, protect it. And if it touches here, I would probably be able to see the mark if it touches. So I think it's like that, something like this. I think it's something like so. So you look here down at where the banjo is, where the line comes out. The line comes out, basically it points forward, it points towards the front, almost perfectly to the front of the car. Almost perfect, not quite, but pretty close. So up here, there's a little bit of movement here. I'm gonna leave it like that, because that's how the line wants to. That's how the line wants it to be. It's bigger radius. If I do this right here gets too tight. I don't like that. I think that's the best way. So right now this space here and this space here is about equal, so I'm gonna leave it like that. I think it's okay like that. So I think this fits better than the previous, you know, the other side. The other side wasn't quite right. But they should have labeled this, you know, they should have labeled, you know, left side, right side, whatever, you know. But it's not labeled, unfortunately. I'm looking in the instructions, it doesn't say anything about it either. Let me see. It says fit lines. It says fit these lines starting at the caliper and follow the original path of the OEM lines. So that's the original path right here. Was behind the mounting bracket, underneath the A-arm, instead of being in front of, which I had it on, you know, the other way. Alright. So I think this is right. So once the suspension compresses, once it moves up and down, you know, the A-arm pretty much stays parallel, right? The A-arm stays parallel. Let's move this out a bit further. So the A-arm here pretty much stays parallel, instead of, you know, right now it's on a jack, so it's kind of the sagging like so. But once it's sitting back on the ground, it'll be more perpendicular, or excuse me, parallel to the ground. Right now the A-arm is actually, look at this top A-arm right here, it's like pointing down. Once it's on the ground, it will actually be more like so. More like so. Then as it compresses, it'll go right. So I think the line there is okay. I'm not gonna tighten it down yet. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna really lightly, real light, without any real pressure. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually put the wheel on and just drop it down real quick, just to see the movement, how it moves, and make sure that it's all right. It's better to be safe than sorry, because the thing is, you can't tighten that banjo down, because if you tighten the banjo bolt down, those sealing washers, they're one-time use. The sealing washers down here on the banjo bolt, they're one-time use. They will get you can't use them basically, right? Because one-time use. So and I don't have any extra ones, unfortunately. So I'm just gonna leave it like so, and put the wheel down, and just to check the how it sits. Obviously, you can't really, or at least I can't. I have no way of compressing it through its travel. So it's nothing I can do in that regards. But at the very least, I could put the wheel back on and see how it squishes down. All right. So I'll keep you guys. I'll make another video.